Hello, and hope you're having yourselves a great Easter and you haven't eaten too many chocolate eggs. Thank you for joining me here on the channel for today's episode of Irons in the Fire. Before we get started, though, properly today, we have the draw for the Carabao Cup third round, and we will then come back and also find out who will be playing in the Champions League phase. Thank you to Future Mark, and yes, here we are with the draw for the third round of the Carabao Cup, and we're going to get right underway. 32 teams in and 16 matches to be drawn. The big boys, the Champions League or European teams are in on this round, and we'll get underway straight away. Aston Villa first out. They will play Stoke City. Arsenal will play Tottenham, an all-London derby there. Swindon Town will play Stockport County of League One. Plymouth will play Manchester United, a good tie for them. Bristol City, now of League One in this sphere, will play Everton of the Premier League. Nottingham Forest will play Sunderland, an all-Premier League tie. We are out. We are at home to Sheffield Wednesday of League One. We're going to make the rest of the draw. Crystal Palace will play Manchester City. Oxford United will play Derby County. Middlesbrough will play Leicester. Milton Keynes Dons will play Blackburn. Norwich will play Southampton. Chelsea will play Bournemouth. Queen's Park Rangers will play Portsmouth. Newcastle United will play Wolves, and Liverpool are at home to Hull City. Swindon Town, the lowest side, playing Stockport County of League One. A chance for them possibly to get through to the next round, the fourth round. Who knows? But we have that home tie against Sheffield Wednesday. I'll hand you back to Future Mark, who will have a look at the schedule, see how that fits in the schedule, and also bring you up to date with the Champions League phase fixtures as well. Well, thank you very much to Past Mark for the draw for the Carabao Cup third round. We're playing Sheffield Wednesday on the 24th, Wednesday the 24th, there it is. But also, let's have a quick look at the Champions League phase, because the Champions League phase has been drawn, and these are the teams that we will be playing. Inter Milan, we're going to play first. We're going to play in them on this episode. Then we go at home to Dortmund. And then we have 4 away games. Getafe, Feyenoord, Liverpool, our arch nemesis, Bayer Leverkusen, and then we are home for our final 2 games of the qualifying phase. Sparta Prague and Celtic. Let's hope it doesn't come down to those last 2 games. Having said that, 4 away games on the trot seems a bit excessive, really. Bearing in mind that we finished second in the table last year, I think that's a bit off, really, personally. But, okay, so the episode then is going to be 2 games for you. It's going to be Inter Milan and Aston Villa on today's episode. Let's go and have a look. Well, in fact, not have a look at anything. Let's go and roll the credits. Hello and welcome to episode 52 of Irons in the Fire, as we try and make West Ham good and great again. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you, we've already had the draw for the Carabao Cup third round. We're going to be playing Sheffield Wednesday in that one, but today's match is Inter Milan in the Champions League phase, match day 1. And then we will face Aston Villa in the Premier League match day 5. A bit of a mediocre start to our season so far, but things can only improve, I'm thinking. You'll see the 2 score lines down here, which have given us 2 wins since you were last with us. We'll have a look at those in closer proximity in a moment, but you'll also see we are currently 3rd in the table on goal difference from Newcastle, but behind Arsenal, who have got a 100% start. They've not had a goal scored against them yet, I've noticed. And Aston Villa, our second opponents in the episode today, are just in front of us on 10 points. So it's a 6-pointer for the second game of the episode today. Don't forget, if you do enjoy today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the series so far. Of course, we're finishing at the end of this particular season, this particular series, looking for a new series. If you've got any ideas that you'd like to see me do, let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see if we can oblige. The other thing to do, of course, is to follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffside2. That'll keep you up to date, everything that's happening on this channel and when stuff is released, if it's going to be late out and things like that, which seems to have occurred a couple of times just recently, yesterday being one of them for our other series, mainly because I went to a funeral in the morning, which meant I didn't start editing till a little bit later on. Apologies for anybody who thought, that's not very good. But there you go. Such is life. As I said at the top of the episode, hope you're enjoying your Easter. I hope you're having a good time, a good little bit of a break. I know a lot of you tend to have the rest of the week off. If you are, enjoy the rest of the week. And if you have a bit of spare time and want to go back and watch some of the videos that I've done in the past, feel free to do so. I'll be much appreciated all together. Right, let's get on with it then. Get into the episode. 2 matches played since you were last with us, as I have said. Just one other thing I should mention before we carry on, before somebody comes in the comments. I have updated the skin. We use the WTC skin, and they've upgraded it to version of 1.3. So this, if you see some slight differences today, that will be the reason why. Last time you were with us, we lost 2-1 to Liverpool in the Premier League on the opening day of the season. We then beat Norwich by 3-0. Since then, we've had an absolutely miraculous score against Manchester City. This is what happened. As we have a look, as you'll see, 2-0 win against Manchester City. We played out a very good first half. Not really a lot going on. Very cagey affair. What we did was we went to a much more, I won't say cautious, because we didn't play cautious. We played balanced, but we didn't go all out where we usually set the players up attacking. We didn't set them up attacking. We set them up as supports, and I think the 2 wing backs were set as automatic. So it was very much a first half of cagey affair. And I guess what we did in the end was we got them, as we really wanted to, on the break. As you see, we did contain them. 5 shots they had, 2 on target, 0.40, 60% of the possession, as you would expect of Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. But we did a bit of a smash and grab, because Tammy Abraham got us a goal after 54 minutes. Aki is out here. Tammy Abraham winning that ball off him, runs on and goes round Edison and puts it in the back of the net. It's 1-0 on 54, and it looked like that was going to be it until this happened 2 minutes into added time at the end of the game. Samadic out to Wagnerman. Wagnerman gets into space, crosses it in, and I think it was crossed in for Ollie Watkins to turn it in. But as it was, Aki got a foot to it and put it past his own goalkeeper. 2-0 then, and it was a win. Mazulia having a player of the match. He kept out those 2 opportunities for Manchester City. It was a reasonable, I mean, not that we have many greens, but it was a reasonable team performance. And actually, Manchester City not having a very good start to the season. So I think we compounded that a little bit. Then we welcomed Brentford to the London Stadium and beat them 3-0. Thomas Souček, Jarrod Bowen and Tammy Abraham, the scorers in this one. Another Very good match. 14 shots, 7 on target, 2.67. We were a little bit more attacking in this one because we could be. 52% of the possession. They had 3 shots, just the 1 on target, 0.18 and 48% of the possession. Thomas Souček got us underway after 31. Ball through Samadic, who picked up an injury. Souček, Samadic chips it in. It's defended, but falls to Souček. Souček puts it away. 31 minutes then were a goal to the good. And just 2 minutes later, Gerard Bowen added to that to make it 2-0. Tammy Abraham, Samadic, who had an extremely good first half. Bowen creating the space and Bowen putting it away. 2-0 then at half-time, and that's pretty much how it stayed all the second half until Tammy Abraham got our third a minute into added time at the end of the second half. Paqueta or Paqueta. Parisi crossed it in right on a plate for Tammy Abraham, and he doesn't usually miss those unless he fires it straight at the goalkeeper, of course, which he didn't on this occasion. So a good win, 2 back-to-back wins. In fact, 3 back-to-back wins with clean sheets as well. That's 3-0, 2-0 and 3-0, saying that we couldn't stop people scoring against us. We seem to have done a decent job. But today could be a slightly different kettle of fish because we've got Inter in fact, no, they're at home to us. Both games at the London Stadium. No, they're not. I'm telling lies. We're at Villa Park for the second game. So London Stadium, then Villa Park. Inter is the first. Let's just check out injuries. Nathan Trott is out for 4 to 7 weeks. Samadic, he picked up a bruised ankle, as you saw, carrying an injury in that last game. He's out just for a day, but should be available, if only on the bench. Kudos and Raul de Thomas back recently. Raul de Thomas, of course, not registered and looking to offload him if we can. There are a couple of offers in for him at the moment. He's just not gone as it currently stands. That's what's current. There has been a bit of a transfer news to tell you as well, if I can find it. I've changed the things down on here, you notice, and it's causing me problems because I can't find what I'm looking for most of the time. Finances, club vision, club info, transfers. That's what we want. Transfer history. This is what's going on then. We have brought in one more player since the close of the transfer window. In fact, it happened on transfer window day, as did a few players going out. So we ought to update you on that. Archie Gray came in from Leeds United. He's I think just generally a lot of people talking about him at the moment. We managed to secure his signature, and he can play in midfield, or he can play as a defensive midfielder, which you probably get most of the game time in that defensive midfield. Can also play as an attacking midfielder if we should struggle for anybody up front. 2.5 star current ability. He could become a 4/5 star ability. Currently 7th best in the position, but I'm sure he will show signs of improving as things move on. He has made one appearance for us, played in that last game, and played quite well, if I should say so. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, he did a 7 as a segundo volante, a rating of 7. His XG was 0.09, so not a thing. But he's got to settle in. He hadn't played any senior football, I don't think, until he came to us. Outgoings, Delshi Kamada. He's gone on loan to Ajax. I think there's an option to buy. Yep, an option to buy at 32.5 million. Lazio has gone on loan to Fulham. I don't think there's an option to buy for him. Ollie Scarles, he's gone on a season loan to Colchester. So they are the transfer ins and outs, which leaves us with today's match. Let's go and have a look at the team then that will face Inter in the first of the league phase match days. Archie Gray isn't registered. We couldn't register. It's that usual thing of juggling to get the right combination of players in. They have Lorenzo Colombo suspended, and Carlos Augusto is out with a sprained ankle ligament. Let's go and have a look at the team that faces Inter. And here we are, the team that faces Inter Milan in this first match day of the UEFA Champions League phase. Slightly different screen. Normally we get the substitutes down this right-hand side. We've just had to manipulate it very, very slightly because, as I say, I've updated the skin. And as you'll see, we've lost that facility for some reason or other. I'm not sure whether that was a planned change or not. Yeah, we'll go through the substitutes which we have here. But Mazulia continues in goal. My assistant manager wanted to put Trubin in, but to be fair, Mazulia has been in reasonable form, touch wood, and I think it'd be a bit unfair to drop him at the moment. I think Trubin will get an outing possibly in the Carabao Cup. And that's his opportunity to prove himself, and we'll see whether he does or not. Mazulia in goal then. It's Parisi, Todibo, Upamecano and Gomez as our defensive line. Shalaga, Ward-Prowse and Souček in midfield. Kudos sits behind Bowen and Abraham. Kudos, of course, getting a start, mainly because of the injury to Samadic. But otherwise, it would have been a reasonably unchanged side from the side that won last time out. On the bench then, it's Trubin, Zuma, Paqueta, Watkins, Friedel, Kahera, Michael Archibald, Emerson, Forson, Samadic, Wagnerman and Vitic. And here we are at London Stadium for this first Champions League league phase match. Is what I was trying to get out and couldn't. Inter Milan, they're playing a flat back three with two wing backs, and yeah, that's a system that causes us problems from time to time as the players come onto the pitch. Inter Milan playing in white tonight. Nearly 3 minutes in, a free kick deep in Inter Milan's half. Xavier cuts that ball out. Souček through to Abraham. Abraham puts it away. Third goal of the season. Question of offside. And VAR is going to take a look at it. Yeah, I think he may well have been. Or was Pavard playing him on? This is the question. I think Pavard was playing him on. We'll check the lines again now. Yep, Pavard was playing him on. It's a goal. We go 1 up after 4 minutes. DiMarco has a throw-in on that far side. Fratisi. Bastoni. Out wide, but cut out by Parisi. He has Todibo inside him. Xavier, who won that ball that led to the goal. Parisi. Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse to Kudos. Kudos to Upamecano. Souček, who picked up a yellow card, I think, because he was remonstrating about that VAR decision. Well, it wasn't a decision necessarily, but the going to VAR, that's nearly run out. Good job the referee was in the way. Made the Inter player stop in his tracks. Parisi, can he cross this in? He can. It's on Abraham's head, but Abraham just couldn't quite get it down. Parisi with a throw-in on this near side. 32 on the clock now. That's headed on for Kudos, but Kudos not going to get there. Defended well. As Inter look to come out. DiMarco. Bastoni. As we look to try and win the ball back. And Abraham has snuck it. He's got Bowen inside him. Bowen creating the space. Bowen doing what Bowen does well. He's third of the season, our second of the day. And on 34 minutes, might be 33. We'll check in a minute. It's either 33 or 34. We go 2 up. And you'll see Manchester City play Manchester United in the Champions League. That's an interesting match as well. It is 34 minutes, but it was well. Bowen, when he got it, was going to create the space. And half-time arrives in this Champions League match day 1, league phase match day 1. And, well, we've been the brighter. And, again, we've settled with this sort of like formation that is just just not quite so gun-ho, as it were, and it seems to be working at the moment, especially against these big sides. Maybe that's the tactic, is open it up a little bit when we get the things. Maybe we were just sticking to a particular thing and just hoping for the best, and it was score more than they do scenario. But maybe against these bigger sides, we need to just sort of like batten down and be a bit more and just catch them on the break when we get the opportunities. We've done that today. 3 shots, we've 2 on target, and given ourselves 2 goals. 0.64. We can score goals when we need to. 46% of the possession. They've had 1 shot, 1 on target. 0.00 on the XG. 54% of the possession. 2 goals to the good then. Tammy Abraham getting 1 after 4. Bowen getting the other one after 34. Tammy Abraham giving him the assist for that one. So that was quite good. Right. Looking forward to the second half now. First highlight of the second half. 51 minutes in. Gomez with a long throw. Souček back out to Gomez. Gomez has Todibo there. Todibo finds Upamecano. Has a shot. It's come back off the woodwork. Beat the goalkeeper, but Latero will get there. And defending we need to do now. And well defended. Barella comes forward. 52 minutes on the clock. Gomez having the ball. I think that was won again by Upamecano. He's having a good game. That ball through. Bowen! Oh, couldn't quite. Goalkeeper did enough. See it again. Souček. Lovely through ball. Bowen got there, but had to react quick because he knew Sommer was coming out. They have a corner. It's swung in. It's sort of headed partially clear, but not enough. Bastoni. And Xavier gets a boot in. Kudus is there waiting for it. Kudus has Bowen. Bowen to Abraham. Can we break out here? Can we do something? Tammy Abraham. He's going to... Oh, he's well won that. Gomez on the overlap now. Gomez to Souček. Souček has Xavier, who flicks it on. Parisi into the area. Bowen. And it's gone for a corner. Bodies on the line. Blocking. And Bowen would have put that away otherwise. Ward-Prowse with the corner. It's going to be an in-swinger. Swung in, looking for Souček or one of the others on that near post. Gomez, Souček. Xavier sort of flicked it on. Parisi cuts it back. Bowen and the defender there just getting a foot in. Diakite. And with 65 minutes on the clock, just going to make one change. Don't need to change it up very much, although Abraham is tiring and looks like we might be taking him off fairly soon. But Souček is off right now. We've taken him off. In fact, I'm not going to make that second change. I think we will make that second change. Tammy Abraham can come off. Ollie Watkins can come on for him. So, sorry, we have made the 2 changes then. Thomas Souček, I was going to take off mainly because he picked up a yellow card early on. Albeit he has managed it very, very well. He's having a good game, but he's tiring very quickly. Carrera comes on for him. And as you've just seen, we've just decided that we will make that other change. Tammy Abraham off. And Ollie Watkins comes on alongside Gerard Bowen. Kudus to Bowen. Bowen finds Xavier. Xavier to Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse didn't have that under control and loses out. And they are on a counter. Latro, but he's been sort of like thwarted. Not completely. And it's a goal. Ferran Torres gets one back for Inter. That's not what we wanted. 78 minutes on the goal on 79. But it was almost cut out. Upamecano and Ward-Prowse getting in a bit of a tangle between them. And goes under Mazulia. And with 82 minutes on the clock, making our final 3 changes. The changes being made this time. Jarrett Bowen, who's tired himself out. He's been replaced by Samadic. Samadic going in behind Kudus and Watkins. Kudus moving forward into that front 2. Albeit he is reasonably tired as well, but just can't got enough players to replace the tired players. Joe Gomez, who's had a good game on that right side. Wagnerman comes on to replace him. And James Ward-Prowse also tired. Not had such a good day. Made that mistake running up to that goal as well. Martin Vitic comes on for him. Throwing on that far side. 87 minutes on the clock. Parisi with a throw-in. It's a long throw. Kudus heads it down to Xavier. Vitic Parisi crosses it in. Watkins is there. Watkins gets his first goal of the season and restores a 2-goal lead. And it's 3-1 on the night. 80, maybe 88, 89 minutes. I'm not sure. We'll see. Vitic, Parisi. Parisi hangs that ball up. Oh, I'm not sure whether it counts as 88 or 89. It's right on the limit. And it's all over. It's a 3-1 win. Not been able to keep a clean sheet this time. But Ferran Torres goal on 79 minutes. Nothing more than a consolation. Tammy Abraham after 4. Jarrod Bowen after 34. Ollie Watkins after 89. I think that's a reasonable day at the office, to be fair. I think we can be more than happy with that for sure. And yeah, I'm pleased with it. I hope you are as well. So we had 10 shots, 5 on target, 1.96, 49% of the possession. They had 4 shots, 3 on target, 0.66 and 51% of the possession. They had a better second half, but didn't cause us too much trouble. Parisi getting a player of the match, 3 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances created and an assist. He had a good day, beating Tammy Abraham to the prize of the player of the match. But generally, quite a few greens there. So it was a reasonable day at the office. Well, the first round of games in the Champions League phase have been played Tuesday and Wednesday. We played on Wednesday. These are the Tuesday games. Ajax Lazio 0-0, Anderlecht Copenhagen 2-2. Arsenal losing to Aston Villa. Back-to-back in the Premier League, but Aston Villa beating Arsenal in the Champions League. Kanasa and Diaby, the scorers for Aston Villa, to sneak that win after they went behind to Trossard in the 19th minute. So a good win for them. Milan, AC Milan beating Benfica 4-0. Getafe, one of our future opponents, beating Rapid Bucharest 1-0. Lyon and Galatasaray 1-1. RB Leipzig 2, Real Madrid 4. Werder Bremen 1. Liverpool 0. Young Boys 1. Sparta Prague 0. Today's results, Barcelona beating Monaco 2-0. Bayer Leverkusen, another one of our opponents later in the competition, as is Celtic, drawing 1-1. Dortmund, who we play, I'm not sure if we play them next, but we do definitely play them, as we do Feyenoord. So 2-0 they beat Feyenoord. Juventus are playing Red Bull Salzburg, a 3-1 win to Juventus. Manchester City overcoming Manchester United by 2-1. They took a 2-0 lead, and Kanate getting one back from Manchester United, but it wasn't enough. The holders, Paris Saint-Germain, beating Bayern Munich 5-1. Was that the final last season? Is there a way of check? I'll check it out off while in between and just let you know when we come back. Porto 4. I'm not sure. Kavenda, Zvezda, whatever, where they come from. Let's check that out. Turkey, possibly? No, Serbian side. Okay. If you know how to pronounce that, stick it in the comments below. Sevilla playing Marseille, beating them 4-3. And of course, our win against Inter Milan, 3-1. So, how does that look in the Champions League table? Don't forget, the first 8 go through automatically and go in the pot, so they don't have whatever. So they miss the thing, and they get home advantage in the not first knockout stages. So it's worth trying to end up in those top 8 if you can. It's early days yet. The next 16 from 9th to 24th will go into a sort of knockout playoff. That's the word I was looking for. Playoff knockout round, which will take them through to the last 16 to meet the other 8. As I said, the other 8 get the advantage of the home leg in the second leg. So that's how it is. Paris Saint-Germain top at the moment means a diddly squat, really, because it is what it is. But we are in 5th place as it currently stands, obviously on goal difference too. But as I say, it will start to show a little bit as the competition moves on. Right, we have 3 days down to the game against Aston Villa. Aston Villa currently in second, of course, just in front of us in the league. We'll come back and do a bit of an update very shortly. And so we've come down to match day, the match against Aston Villa. It's Premier League match day 5 in the Premier League, and we play Aston Villa at Villa Park. We have played them 6 times this series so far, beaten them on 5 occasions, lost them once at Villa Park. In fact, the last time we were at Villa Park, a 1-0 loss on that occasion. Firmino, the scorer. Outside of that, we have beaten them at the London Stadium pretty wholesale, both in FA Cup and Carabao Cup matches as well. But it's a bit of a toughie at their place. So we'll see how we go today. Hopefully we can get a result, but they are going very, very well in the league, of course, as it currently stands. Just check in on that for you. You'll see they are second. If we can actually see this in a better light. They've 4 matches played. They've won 3, drawn 1. And that's that draw, the only thing that's keeping them behind Arsenal, of course, who have a 100% record as it stands at the moment. And of course, we're in third, but we could overtake Aston Villa if we were to win today, because it's a 6-pointer in that particular the way you look at it. Alphonse Areola can't play because he's playing his parent club today, so he isn't available. Goressi is out with a twisted ankle, and Jacob Ramsey, who we tried to purchase in the transfer window, didn't want to come to us, or I don't know, something didn't quite hit off, whatever it was. He's out with a groin strain, but I suspect he'll play just to be a pain in our side. Let's go and have a look at the team then that faces Aston Villa. And here we are, the team that faces Aston Villa in this match day 5 in the Premier League. Mazulia continues in goal, as we've already established. He's on reasonable form at the moment, so he continues in goal. As I said, I think Trubin will get a trip out in the next episode, so we'll get a chance to see him. Parisi, Friedel, Todibo and Wagnerman, our defensive line. Gray, Upamecano and Vitic in midfield. Samadic sits behind Bowen and Abraham up front, and then on the bench, Trubin, Zuma, Pakata, Souček, Gomez, Shalaga, Emerson, Kudos and Ollie Watkins. And here we are at Villa Park, and Aston Villa playing a 4-2-2, 4-2-4, I suppose you could call it. And we're playing our usual formation, playing in purple tonight, our 3rd kit. Aston Villa are 3rd with 10 points. We are the final games of the day. West Ham, we're currently in 6th. Arsenal losing their 100% record to Manchester City. More about that in a bit. Samadic with an in-swinger, and Martinez manages to point-blankly save it. Goes for another corner. Samadic again with an outswinger. This one a bit deeper. It's cleared. And Aston Villa come away with it. Diaby. But Upamecano gets a boot in. Puts it into touch. Upamecano playing in midfield today. Oh, that was a good save. I'm not sure if it was Todibo or Vitic, but they have a corner. Douglas Lewis swung in. It's headed clear, but they've recycled it and looking dangerous. But Parisi gets a boot in, but only as far as Diaby. They come again. This time, it's weaving and running around there. Careful. Cross it in. It's gone in. And it's an own goal from Todibo. And we go a goal behind after 19 minutes. And Aston Villa, I don't know what they've got it about them this season. Ball in. And Todibo stuck his foot out, trying to prevent Firmino getting on the end of it. And it rolled in the back of the net. A free kick. It's swung in. Oh, it's come back off the woodwork. Are we going to be an unlucky day here? Friedel, he's brought down right on the edge of the area. Samadic standing over this one. Prowse would normally take these. Samadic has a go. It's gone in. And Samadic gets his first goal of the season. And we go level on 27 minutes. And they'll Rue pull in. I think it was Friedel that came down. Around the wall. And in the top corner. Wagnerman with a long throw. Throws it in. Digne is there. Wagnerman crosses it in. It's defended. Gray heads that back. Vitic, who's picked up an injury. We need to check him out at half-time. Gray, but didn't have control of that ball, and it goes back to Martinez in the Aston Villa goal. Highlight is going to continue. Rolls it out to Konsa. Kamara. Digne. Through the lines, and they are dangerous when they get going. Up to speed. Hetboa. Through the lines. Diaby. It's gone in. Off the post. And a question of whether he was offside. They're checking it. It's a goal. And we go 2-1 down. And Aston Villa definitely going to be a bit of a thorn, I think. And see the lines now. Oh, just being played on. When that ball was played, Todibo, the player that's playing him on. Headboard out on that far side. Another goal now, and we would be in trouble. But it's cleared. Vitic has Abraham. Abraham to Bowen. Bowen now. What's Bowen going to do? Bowen just didn't have control of that ball and lost it. But he's tracked all the way back. Won it back. Freed out to Mazulia. Todibo. Todibo now. Wagnerman. They're pressing us very, very hard. Looking for a way through. We need to up the gear here a little bit. Wagnerman goes around his man. Inside to Samadic. Samadic finds Abraham. Abraham. Oh, good save by Martinez. Martinez is keeping them in this game. 4 minutes of added time. At the end of this first half. Samadic swung in. It's headed back out. And Firmino clears. And half-time has arrived. It wasn't going our way, was it? An own goal got them underway. And then we thought we'd sorted that out when Samadic got that one back from the free kick. But Diaby really given us a bit of a blow. They've had 4 shots, 1 on target, 0.41, 52% of the possession. We've had 9 shots, 6 on target, 1.16 and 48% of the possession. And a couple of chances. Martinez has kept them in the game as it stands. Having to make one change at half-time. Dre out to Upamecano has got a lower leg injury. Hopefully nothing too sinister. And it says injury and has to come off. We've taken him off. We also have that injury to Martin Vitic, but we're not going to make that change at the moment. So we have brought on Shalaga to replace Upamecano. Vitic moving into that deep line playmaker sort of central role there. And then Shalaga and Gray either side of him as we try and get this goal back. And with 62 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes, Martin Vidic with that injury, we've taken him off and we brought on Thomas Souček. Shalaga going into that central midfield role. And then we've also taken off Jared Bowen, who is tiring, and Kudos comes on to replace him. Foul to Konsa. Kamara. Digney. Bailey. Friedel cuts that out. Wagnerman. Gray. Gray has Xavier. Bowen. Bowen still on the pitch. Not been substituted out yet. Bowen crosses this deep. Looking for Abraham. And a good save again by Martinez. Change is now made as it's gone out. But Martinez has really kept them in this game. Goal kick. And they come away with the ball. Need to be trying to cut him out. 64 on the clock. And Digney going around his man. Has support. But Boot got in but not won the ball. And Parisi tracking and wins that ball. Abraham brings that down nicely. What's going to do here? He's got Kudos in support in the middle. He's going all the way himself. He's inside to Samadic. Samadic turns it in. And we go level after 65. And good bit of work by Tammy Abraham. Did all the work. Samadic was there. Samadic turned on the ball. They have a corner. Douglas Lewis with the corner. Swung in. Oh, it's come off the woodwork. We were lucky there. And Tammy Abraham defending, puts it into touch. Kamara with a header. Beats the goalkeeper, but not the woodwork. And with nearly 70 minutes on the clock, making one more change. Parisi has tired and Emerson is on for Parisi on that left wing-back side. And that's the only change. We have one change left to make and one stoppage. And with 77 minutes on the clock, making our final change, Ollie Watkins on for Tammy Abraham, who has had a good game. Not as good as Samadic, mind you. He's on then, and see if we can get that winning goal. No more legs in this one. It's a 2-2 draw, and everybody was predicting a draw at the outset, but we really shouldn't have capitulated those two poor goals. But Samadic saving our blushes on the day. 18 shots, 9 on target, 2.41. 44% of the possession. They had 12 shots, just 3 on target. 1.57 and 56% of the possession. I don't know where that's going to leave us in the table. Let's go and have a look. We come back for injury news, and the bad news is Vitic is going to be out for 2 weeks. We're going to leave him to the physio. And Upamecano, better news, he's only out for a couple of 3 days, so should be available for the next game. If that is how it pans out. This is how the day has gone then. As you'll see, these are the score lines. Leeds beating Bournemouth, Brentford drawing with Sunderland, Chelsea beating Nottingham Forest, Manchester City beating league leaders at the moment, Arsenal, and closed that 100% record for them. Manchester United beating Luton Town by 5-0. Newcastle, who are now in second, beating Everton 3-2. Tottenham beating Southampton 2-0. Norwich drawing 0-0 with Liverpool. And our 2-2 draw with Aston Villa, which means we dropped down to 5th, albeit it says we've gone up. I think it's gone up because we were down before we started our games because everybody else played early games. So the table looks like this at the moment. Arsenal top on 12 points. Newcastle second on goal difference on 12. Aston Villa third on 11. Then come our Manchester United, ourselves and Chelsea on 10 points, but just separated on goal difference. Only 2 points adrift of Arsenal, though. Manchester City on 9, Everton on 8, and Southampton, Luton and Bournemouth in that drop zone as it is at the moment. Still early days, of course. Most teams only having played 5. There is one to Crystal Palace and Leicester must be playing on the Sunday. They are. So that's still to be played out. Right, that's the end of the episode. That's where we are. We're going to come straight back for a game against Sheffield Wednesday in the Carabao Cup third round. And then we have a game against Leeds United, currently 9th in the table. And having played them before twice, beaten them once, drew with them the other time. This time we're at home. So who knows? We'll see how that permeates out. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with everything that's happening here on Irons in the Fire, and of course our other series, Bottom to the Top, and it'll let you know when they are released. New episodes of Irons in the Fire released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffside2. Next episode's out on Thursday. It'll be episode 53, Carabao Cup and Premier League matches. Join me for that one. If you're having the week off, enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.